guys, this is Kelvin here from Round and Search. So today we're going to talk about short selling. In Malaysia, for retail investor or traders, we can do intraday short selling only. So which means that we can only short sell within a day and also close the position, which means that you have to buy back within a day as well. You cannot actually carry forward overnight. So why do they actually introduce this intraday short selling? Mainly because is that maybe Malaysia market, the trading volume is not as high as overseas markets such as US. So the liquidity is not there. So if let's say they allow people to actually hold overnight, they might actually affect the whole market. If let's say the market is bad, then the market will actually crash very badly. So that's why they introduce intraday short selling. But of course, for institutional investor, they can do short selling overnight as well. But within Malaysian market, we don't see much of this short selling volume. Is actually have a huge market share within the volume of Bursa Malaysia, KLSE. So for this short selling, of course, we can use it for our own traders' personal profit as well. But there are a few things that you have to look into it. You have to be very careful about it when you want to look into intraday short selling, which is, first thing, the stock that you are looking into it for short selling must be liquid. If let's say the volume is not that high, then if you enter a short selling in the morning, you might not be able to buy back at the preference price because there are not many people out there in the market are willing to sell to you. That will actually incur losses and for you to actually buy back at a higher price. And of course, when we look into short selling, maybe many of you who do not understand what does it mean by short selling. Short selling actually means that you sell at the high price first, which means that you have to borrow from someone else, borrow the share from someone else, and then you sell at the higher price first. Then you are expecting the price to go down lower within a day. So if let's say within a day the price goes down lower, you can buy back at a lower price. So which means that you sell at a high price and then you buy back at a lower price and that is your profit. So it's different from our traditional way of investment, buy low and sell high. This case wise, we are selling high and buying low. So how do you open an intraday short selling trading account? Usually when we open a trading account with some of the broker, it does not come with a feature of intraday short selling, which you need to actually request from your broker, which you can contact your dealer or your remisier. Then you need to sign a borrowing and lending agreement and also a risk disclosure form and also for the request form as well. So 3 forms that you need to sign because first thing, because you are lending this share to short sell in the market first. So that's why you need to sign the borrowing and lending form. So which means once you sign the agreement that you are lending some shares, so which means that you will be charged interest if let's say you are not able to close the position within a day. And of course the risk disclosure as well, because short selling within a day, you might actually incur a higher risk. So that's why you need to sign the forms. So let's take a look into what are the procedure if let's say you are not able to close the position within a day. So what happens if let's say you are not able to close the position? So if you are not able to close the position, you need to actually contact the broker, but usually the broker or your dealer or your remisier already will actually start calling you at 4 p.m. or maybe at 3:30. They will start to call you and tell you that, hey, you need to close your position because this is an intraday short selling. So what if you are not able to close with maybe a lot of factors? Maybe the stock is not liquid, or maybe the stock is actually having a suspension, maybe due to some good news or maybe some news announcement. So we need to be careful. If let's say you are trading according to the news, you know that the stock actually have news coming out, releasing some news announcement during the day, then you try to avoid that, okay? If let's say they do a suspension, then you're not able to cover back your short selling position, then you're forced to either before 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., either you borrow from someone else, which must be your own immediate family only. Probably your father or your mother or your wife, okay, your immediate families are holding the shares of stock ABC. So from here, you can actually inform them and then sign a transfer form and transfer to your CDS account. Then from there, you can actually cover the position. And what if you can't find any shares to come back? If let's say you have friends holding these shares, you can't do this transfer because you can only transfer from your immediate families. Okay, so if let's say you are not able to find this and you're not able to close it, then it will fall under the lending agreement. So if let's say fall under the lending agreement, then you will be charged interest. So probably the next day you try to buy back. Of course, during these days over here, they are given you the 6 days, okay, which we call it T6. Within T6, you need to have the shares cover back, buy back, and transfer it back to the broker. Okay, so this will actually incur some cost if let's say you are not able to cover it. Some brokerage are charging different charges if let's say you have a late close position. Some may be 250, some may be about like 500 ringgit. And of course, within this 6 days, the interests are being charged daily. So the cost is actually quite high. So if let's say you are doing intraday short selling or you want to actually look into intraday short selling, then one thing you need to look at is the cost. What if you are not able to close the position? Okay. Not every stocks in the market, in Malaysian market, you can actually do intraday short selling. There are only a list of 200 over stocks that is listed. So the link is actually attached into the description, so you can have a look into it. What are the stocks that you can do short selling? The reason why they limit this list of stock is because this list of stock have a more volume traded or more liquidity. So that's why it can protect you from any of these not liquid trade that you cannot cover. So this is something that is protects us as a retail trader, or maybe some of the beginner who do not know. So it doesn't incur a huge losses from there. And also you have to pay for the high interest fees as well. Some interest can go up to about like 13%. Okay, and of course, a few things that you need to look into for intraday short selling, because you are doing intraday short selling, so it's intraday. So make sure that your brokerage fee is low enough to actually cover just a few bits of profit from that. For example, for the brokerage fee that our site offering from M Plus is actually 0.08% or 8 ringgit, whichever is higher. If let's say during the day your trading value, transaction value is actually more than 50,000, so we can actually go down to 0.05% or 8 ringgit, whichever is higher. Okay, so if let's say you want to open a trading account, you can look into our description. There is a link attached there with the terms and conditions and also requirement for the CDS account opening. So read through it, then you click on the link for account opening, then you can do everything online from there. Okay, so if you have any question regarding about the account opening or maybe some of the inquiry that you want to know about the account opening and also IDSS, you can always contact us or leave us a comment in our YouTube channel or message us in our Facebook page. Okay, so that's all here for our sharing on IDSS. So hope every one of you be careful if let's say you are going into IDSS. Make sure that you consult your broker or your dealer or your remisier for all the fees, charges, how is the process being done, okay, so to avoid any possible unnecessary risk from there. Okay, so don't forget to like us and also share our video to your friends or your trading buddy and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If let's say you have any other topics that you wish us to cover, you can leave us a comment and we will look into it. See you next time.